So imagine one of your favorite producers decided to collaborate with KRK to produce their limited edition, the Classic 8SS Scott Storch edition. Stick around to the end of the video and I'll tell you my personal interaction with Scott Storch himself at his home. Today, I'll be announcing the giveaway for the Razer Blade laptop. And if you want to join my next giveaway, which I'm giving away the mini PC from Creative Devices. And to enter that giveaway, all you have to do is comment down below, what is your favorite pair of studio monitors that you're thinking about getting or that you currently have right now? Make sure you add them on Instagram as well. Make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell if you want more content like this. What's poppin', gang? And if you're new here, I'm 30 Killer Beats, and I gotta be honest with you about KRKs in general overall. I honestly never really liked them. I never really wanted them. And that basically stemmed because of the overall bass extension that I just personally was just not a fan of, which was the main reasons why I decided to get something like the Yamaha HS8. However, KRK unveiled its first limited edition artist signature edition model all the way in 2023. And honestly, I just haven't heard a lot of people talking about it. So let's talk about it. Shout out to Zounds for sending me these studio monitors. If you want to get gear a lot sooner, they have a lot of affordable plans to get it a lot sooner. Link in the description. So as you can see in the background, I actually have them set up right now, and I've been using them for a little while, and I got a lot of things to say about it. So basically, I'm going to break this video down into 3 major important things. If you're new here, you probably already know, but if you're not, I just got to let this be known. The sound, and the sound. No, I'm playing. The design, the sound quality, and how do they compare to other studio monitors? So let's start off with the design. So on the website, them people said the color of the studio monitors are gold, chrome, black vinyl, something like that in that nature. The website says both, but I can definitely see the gold chrome on this. But on the website, they look completely black. So if you're trying to figure out the actual color, you know, it doesn't actually look gold chrome on the website. Like on the website, it looks like a matte black with Vaseline. Like it's almost giving Milk Dud. And for a second, I almost thought, hey, this is perfect for the Mr. Clean community. Now, regarding the design of the ports on these studio monitors, they do kind of look like an HDMI cable. So if you care about that, there you go. And with these studio monitors being only $500 with his signature at the front, he might have personally signed them. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. So all jokes aside, personally, I do actually like the design a lot. So turning around to the back side of the studio monitors, yeah, you have so many options like RCA, if you're still using that for some reason, TRS or XLR inputs. So these studio monitors are super versatile. You can pretty much load this up into any situation, basically, even for like a home theater setup because of that RCA connection. But we'll jump into that in a few. Just like most studio monitors, you do have the option to turn up the highs and the lows or adjust it depending on your room situation if you really need that. Or you have this particular option that says flat. Regarding the sound quality, we'll jump into that, so keep watching towards the end of the video. When they made these studio monitors, they actually made 500 of them. Unless they lied about that, I don't know. It's 2025. They're here in my studio. You have the same typical power cable. So if you already had a setup that's already hooked up, you don't even got to unhook anything. Just plug and play and you're ready to go. That's basically what I did. So these studio monitors do suck up 100 watts. And not only that, they do only come with 2 speakers, one for the highs and one for the mids and lows. So keep that in mind. The speaker on the top is a 1-inch tweeter, and the one on the bottom is 8 inches, which basically pushes out the mids and the lows. Now, taking in consideration, these studio monitors are ported, which basically means that there are drivers or holes to allow the sound to escape, which means that you're going to get an extended bass range, which technically doesn't mean you're going to get accurate bass response, which you can do with getting a sealed studio monitor. But however, we're going to jump into the sound quality. Just hold on. So they basically claim on the website that the bass could also extend all the way to 35 hertz. But for a driver that's basically mashing in with the lows and the mids at the same time, you might want to consider that, you know, is that something that you really want when you're spending this type of money? Now, for producing music, this is still a great option. Even though, you know, when you want to mix and master, you kind of want to have a different option, but however, you can still get the job done. So now let's talk about the actual sound quality. So because the 8-inch speaker basically projects the mids and the lows at the same exact time. I still recommend getting a subwoofer at the end of the day, because having a dedicated speaker for the lows is always going to outshine, putting the mids and the lows at the same exact speaker. Now, when I first hooked up these KRKs, I did actually notice the sound was very flat. Now, if I would have heard these studio monitors the first time versus like the other KRKs where they're super boomy and stuff like that, I definitely would have put these over any other KRKs. Honestly, I do believe that you could definitely possibly get a mixing and mastering session done with these studio monitors just because of how flat they are. But there is one particular feature that these studio monitors do have, which I'm not necessarily sure if they actually could be used for that or not, which these studio monitors do come with a automatic limiter or something like that. You buy studio monitors to get, the accurate sound and stuff like that. But if it's limiting the peaks, can I really use this for mixing and mastering? Now, with that being said, just imagine like if this thing is limiting your peaks automatically and you take out your song to another studio or something like that, you could possibly still hear peaks, because with these studio monitors, you're hearing something that's not really there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you can necessarily say you can mix with these, even though I do notice a flat sound. Maybe the limiting is trying to get it to sound flat. So that is something to take into consideration, that these are more for producing than mixing and mastering at the end of the day. Now, did I notice the automatic limiting and stuff like that? I don't know if it's the automatic limiting affecting the sound quality when I'm using it, but I did notice that sometimes when sound is going through my interface, it did take a moment for the sound to come through and adjust the volume a little bit. And it's kind of weird in a way, but it's still a great sound overall. So you want to make sure you take that in consideration. Like, I don't know if this is something like a compressor that they're trying to add into the studio monitors, because I don't want to be in that situation where I'm not hearing the peaks that I need so I can adjust the sound accordingly, because the studio monitors is doing that for me. So they do say the studio monitors can go up to 106 for the max SPL, but take that information and do whatever the hell you want to do with it. So one thing that I really liked about this studio monitor that I think other companies should really take note of is the fact that these studio monitors had like some foam at the bottom of it, which basically can remove like the low end vibrations and stuff like that from your desk, which personally I use the studio monitor stands from ISO Acoustics, which basically does that for me. However, this is a really great option that I personally think that you could actually just put these on your desk, because it has an option to kind of remove those low end vibrations. However, I still think you should still use like a ISO Puck or something like that from ISO Acoustics. So if you want to actually get the ones that I'm using for my studio desk, link in the description, you can get those. And honestly, highly think they're worth it, regardless of what is on the bottom of any studio monitor. So not only did I notice like the sound being super flat, I did notice that there was some type of dip in the middle of the actual sound. Like basically like the mids wasn't as powerful as they should have been. Now, one thing I did notice with the sound quality is that I felt like there was like a dip in the mids. Like more so like the mids wasn't as powerful as like the low and the highs. That could have been their process on getting this thing to sound flat. But like with other studio monitors that I normally use, with these studio monitors, I can definitely tell you that I did notice that dip in the mids. And I also tested this out with the SonarWorks studio monitor reference device thing. I don't know what it's called, but basically this right here is what I got as far as the actual frequency response in my particular room. Now this dip that you're seeing in the middle, I definitely heard that for sure. And not only that, with using the SonarWorks program, it did actually sound a lot better. Now that boost that you're seeing in the low end, that right there is definitely my room. So don't even look at that. That's my room. I see that on all my studio monitors, you know what I'm saying? But that mid dip, I normally don't see that with other studio monitors for sure. So I can't necessarily say it's my room. Maybe it is my room, but I definitely don't notice dips in the mids with other studio monitors. If you're going to be using these studio monitors and you're noticing a dip in the mids, you might want to invest in Sonar works to kind of fix that with your room, and that'll possibly fix the issue as well. Now, one thing I actually didn't like is that when you're actually adjusting the lows, it actually goes only up to like 2 decibels. That might be a good thing depending on your room, but for me, I really didn't hear much of a difference at all. As you can see, I did 2 different tests with the low end being adjusted and one with the low end not being adjusted, so you could hear just a straight flat sound. And you could definitely see that, you know, when you boost the lows on these studio monitors, it really doesn't move it by much. So don't think, oh, you're gonna get these studio monitors and yeah, it sounds flat, I'm gonna boost the lows and get that classic KRK sound where the bass sounds extremely over exaggerated. You're not gonna get that type of sound with these studio monitors. So hence why this is the classic version of KRKs, which I guess back in the day, they got a flatter sound, and I don't know their history like that, but apparently Scott Storch really liked these studio monitors and decided to collaborate with them for whatever reason. So now let's talk about how do these studio monitors compare with other studio monitors. In my opinion, there are a few things that I really like about the studio monitor. The sound quality, I think it sounds flat, and that's a good thing, right? You want flat when it comes to making music because you want to make sure you hear the exact full quality. Versus with other studio monitors, you kind of get a coloration sound where it sounds like they're trying to boost it. With this one, I kind of feel like they're doing that as well because of that automatic limiter. And personally, I'm just not a fan of that. And personally, I don't know exactly how much they're actually controlling the peaks and if I could turn that off. You know, personally, I wish that I could turn that off. I did look through the manual and try to see, can I turn this off or not? And I can't, which is kind of weird that they're adding that. I don't know. It's supposed to stop you from damaging the speakers, but hey, if I'm pushing the sound all the way to the limit and I spent my money on this, that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to control what I'm doing with the sound. You know what I'm saying? Maybe for like a home theater, this is perfect for that. So like if you're like putting this in a setting where, you know, these are just your reference studio monitors, I could definitely see that, you know. They look great. I really do love the design. And honestly, they feel super solid. Like they feel like these were built to really last. So with that information, take that and do whatever the hell you want to do with it. And maybe, who knows, maybe they're watching this video and they can comment and let us know a little bit more about it or how to turn it off. Maybe I want the whole thing to boom like I really want it to, you know, give us that option. So now let me tell you my personal brief interaction with Scott Storch. I was in Hollywood, California. I used to live out there. Before I moved, I was doing, you know, very, very different things like DoorDash and all that kind of crazy stuff. I actually got into this crazy neighborhood. It was really expensive houses. Like one of the houses I looked up, I was like, dang, like how much is this house? And it was like $8 million, you know what I'm saying? So this was a crazy neighborhood, just full of big houses. So I got to one house in particular. I didn't even look it up because I was so like amazed by the shape of this house. It literally looked like a UFO, like it was circle. And I was just like, what the hell? So anywho, I got to the door, there were dogs barking, and I was thinking, oh snap, I'm about to get bit by the Taco Bell dog, like a little chihuahua. That's what it sounded like, a little Taco Bell dog. And next thing I know, guess who came outside? Scott Storch himself. I was like, what? I was like, dude, no way. What the hell? Like you're ordering fucking DoorDash and shit? Anywho, I was like, yo, bro, I make beats, you know what I'm saying? Is there a way we could work together? That'd be dope. And he said, yeah, for sure, man. Just hit me up on Instagram. He gave me the old spill, you know what I'm saying? Like, just hit me up on Instagram. So I was like, all right. I hit him up on Instagram, nothing. You know what I'm saying? No text back, no nothing. It is what it is. I showed up at his house with some food. There you go. That's my brief interaction with Scott Storch. And now I have his studio monitors and I'm reviewing them. So for the winner of the laptop giveaway from Razer Blade, the winner is Mr. Piano Carlton Molly X. I don't know how to say your name, my bad, bro. You comment on one of my videos, you said the next time you drink an energy drink, make sure you drink 8 glasses of water so you don't lose your voice. I lost my voice on stream. I was streaming. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you want to join those streams and stuff like that where I'm either making beats or I'm either listening to your beats or whatnot. So thank you for tuning into my videos and commenting on my videos. I appreciate you, gang. And if you want to join my next giveaway where I'm giving away the mini PC from Creative Devices, make sure you go ahead and comment down below what studio monitor is your favorite or which are you currently using right now. I'm planning on doing another video about studio monitors, so I want to notice like what are your guys' favorite options. So let me know in the comments and make sure you guys add me on Instagram, TikTok, and X. And also, YouTube says this video right here is the one you need to be watching. I don't know why they're saying that, but for some reason, they really think you're gonna like this video. So please watch this video right here. Check it out. I don't know. It's probably fire. So you gotta watch this video. This one right here. Trust me, this is it.